So we are lying down on our mat and we're going to go, and with this band here, we're going to imprint and release. Big deep breaths, imprinting and releasing. Nice soft shoulders. And so we're working our lumbopelvic fascia, drawing our navel to our spine, keeping our ribs nice and heavy, and feel your neck nice and long. Now, notice when you move your pelvis, if you're nice and relaxed, your head will move. You'll feel it moving longer on your mat as you imprint, and then moving back this direction as you drop in to a neutral or an extended neutral where we lift our low back. And we want that. We want that range of motion. Okay, now we're going to go side to side. Drop one hip, drop the other hip. Good, nice soft shoulders, drop side to side. Keeping your shoulders soft as you go here. Keeping your neck nice and soft. We want to feel our ribs pretty stable and lots of movement in our pelvis. Last two. Waking up that low back this morning. Last one. And then we're going to take our pelvis and we're going to move it like a lazy Susan. So it's going to swivel and we're bringing one hip to the rib and then the other hip to the rib. So you should feel a rib. Your ribs are stable and your hips are moving. One and then the other. Let's go 4. Soft shoulders. 3. Keep breathing. 2. And 1. And back to center. Okay, now for the band. So the band is here. If you don't have a band, you're just imagining pressure and you're pushing out as you imprint to roll your pelvis up. So you're going up nice and slow, and then you're melting down nice and slow. A couple of the elements here that make this so nice for our spine is the idea that our ribs stay low as we imprint our low back. We slowly peel ourselves up. Hips go first, and then we never really lift our rib cage. So our ribs always stay low, and then we start to melt down, but we keep our hips really light and lifted as our ribs get heavier and they pull down first. And then we really open up the low back, especially at the end, and release back to neutral. So that's the range of motion. I want you to keep going with that. So you keep going there, and as you're doing that, we'll see if I can fix it. Good. Keep breathing as you move. And you're taking big, deep breaths, going up slow and down slow. Okay. And it just occurs to me what I might need to do actually, I'm so sorry, is end and restart the meeting. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to hit end. I'm going to restart, and then I think you'll all still be there, but if that doesn't happen, you might have to rejoin. So here we go. And there we are. So sorry about that. Okay, we're all back. Okay, so Diane, can you see me okay? You can give me a thumbs up now if you want. There we go, because I can see you. Hi, Abby. So sorry about that. We're going side to side now. So we're all back here, and we're going to take a moment just to regroup, which I think we're all back. And then we're going to go up to stay up. So for those of you who were gone for a second as I did that, we're going up soft shoulders. Once we get up here, we're tucking and scooping as much as we possibly can. We're squeezing that fast. We're dropping the ribs. Our arms are long and stretching and pressing, and we're pulsing out, 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 out. Soft shoulders, long spine. Keep pulsing. Good. There we go. We're here pulsing out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pause here. If you've got that band, keep that pressure out. Lengthen your neck. Arms are pressing. And we're going to pulse up. Little pulses. And anytime we're in a bridge position like so, we're pushing our heels down to lift up. Good. Keep those ribs low. That's super key. Keep drawing that tailbone under. And we've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and melt down. Okay, we're going to advance. But with any advancement, I just want you to know that if you don't love the advancement, go back to what we were doing previously. So feet together. We're going to roll up to stay lifted. We're going to extend one leg out to hold it there. And we're pulsing up again, little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep that leg out and roll yourself down. Put that foot down. Good. Roll up. Extend the opposite leg and pulsing up. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down and put that foot down. Let's turn out Pilates V. So your heels are together, your toes are apart, arms are pressing, imprint to lift. Stay lifted. Lengthen your neck, drop your ribs, tuck your tailbone under more, squeeze your glutes more, and then you're going to pulse out, 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 little pulses. Good. Again, if there's no band there, you're just imagining it. And if there is a band there, I want you to imagine it is even stronger than it really is. So we're pulsing out into that little teeny pulses. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5. Ribs are low, neck is soft. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Pressure stays out, pulse up and up, little pulses. Now, with every up, there's a down. So to go up, our heels push down. 10, 9, 8, 7, little lift. 6, 5, 4, breathing deep. 3, 2, 1, and done. Roll down. Ooh, all that spinal articulation. Okay, now we're going to roll right to the side today. Okay, so we're mixing up our order today. So we're rolling to our side. And we're going to stack our hips, our shoulders, our knees. And then if you want a little extra, you're going to lift the heels in the air as you do a clam. So the feet can be on the ground as you do your clam, or you can float those feet up, about 4 to 6 inches off the floor. And slow open, slow close. So with control, imagine a tension there. Good. And we're going to really find these glute meads. So this right here, this is our longevity muscle. These muscles here help us feel just generally better in our body in so many ways. And they are muscles that do not get utilized in our daily lives, in our daily modern lives really anymore. So we need to work on them on a regular basis, like a daily vitamin. Last one there. And extend that leg long and strong. Pull it back slightly from the strength of your glute max, and then lift, little pulses. Good, keep that core tight. We're here for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay lifted, and we're going to go bigger circles today. So you're going to give me about the size of a beach ball. Beach ball size circles. Really reach that leg. Keep breathing. And now we're going to change directions. Keep stretching and reaching in all directions. Soft shoulders. We've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Draw that leg in. Okay, that leg is going to drop forward. We're supporting our head and we're twisting to the sky. Big, deep breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales, gentle twist. One big breath here left. And then back to the center. Pull that all together. We're going to come on up, swivel it around to the other side. Same thing, other side. So we line ourselves up. We lift those heels up. That's what we did before. And we slow open, slow close. Good. So when our glute meads are dysfunctional, whether that means they're both not working or one's not working and the other one is, then we have issues in our low back, our hips, our knees, and even our ankles. But if we just do these really simple things, and it could be what we're doing today, or it could be a myriad of other simple exercises. There are standing exercises as well. I know some people who do these things before they even get out of bed in the morning. Then those things over time, and it doesn't take long, maybe a couple of weeks of doing this regularly, a lot of the issues then just clear up. So It's such a simple fix. I'm so excited to show this to people all the time because it's so simple. Last two. Good. Last one. And rest. Okay. Top leg is going to slowly lift and slowly lower. Keep our pelvis nice and stable. Lots of length through our spine. So even when we're lying down on our side like this, I mean, this seems like, Pilates in repose, but really we are energizing our body in all directions. Good. And now let's take that leg long, strong, and straight. Pull it up and back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and here come our beach balls. 6 circles. 5 with control. 4, feel that pelvis nice and stable with your hand if you need to. And change directions. Meanwhile, stretch and reach that leg way out there. That's so important. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay, we're going to take that leg in front, support your head, twist to the sky. Big breath. Deep inhales, deep, relaxing exhales. One more big breath. And let's bring it to our knees, hands and knees. So onto your hands and knees, we're going to find a good core connection here. And you can keep this band on for what we're about to do next. If when we get into the few exercises that utilize it and you don't like it, go ahead and take it off. But we're here right now. We're elongating through the crown of our head out through our tailbone. We're going to do a few sternum drops just to find where we are in space with that sternum. So we're dropping the sternum, the shoulder blades come together. We're lifting the sternum, the shoulder blades pull apart. Meanwhile, we're keeping a nice long neutral neck, which would mean that you are looking down at your mat, not out at the room ahead of you, right? And then you're keeping the length of your neck in mind, right? Like you just ironed out all of the creases in the back of the neck. That's one way to think about it. Then we want to press up, separate those shoulder blades a little bit, keep that sense there, and now bring your attention to your core. Take a big breath into the belly to release. And then exhale, navel the spine so deeply. And again, inhale, soften the belly to release. Exhale, navel the spine, pull that belly up, 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 and in. And then keep going. And as you continue there, make sure that there isn't a lot of tension in the neck or shoulders. One way you can do that is by making sure you're drawing your shoulder blades down your back and you feel a little serratus work under those armpits. So a little hug of the serratus. Give me 2 more and make sure that pelvic floor is in play. Pelvic floor to deep core makes our core that much stronger. And 1 more. Good. Keep that core connection and come down onto your forearms. Bring your legs together for a moment just to find center and then extend one leg back. And you're going to go little pulses up. Now, if there's a band here, you're not going to get your leg very high off the ground, and that's just fine. If there's no band there, your leg shouldn't get too much higher than your glute, okay? Just keep that in mind. So it's not about how high we can get our leg up. It's about how stable we can keep our pelvis, how grounded we can stay in our core and our glutes, and then how much focused glute work we can find. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. And replace that knee. Extend the opposite leg back. Reach it with lots of energy and little pulses up, up, up. Good. Now, when we're on a single side, we want to make sure we're not leaning too far into that side. So if you notice your body leaning into that standing side hip, pull yourself back to the center using your core strength. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg in. Okay, take your knees as wide as they can go, which isn't going to be wide with a band, but go back to your child's pose for a moment. Let your low back relax. And then we're going to come out onto our mat to lower ourselves all the way down. Now with this next move, with that band on, you're going to get a little extra if you've got the band, because we're going to do heel beats. So heel beats just means we're clapping our heels together behind us in the little motion like so. But if you've got the band on, then you can feel energy as you go out and in. So there's an out and an in component to that. And in which case you might want to move those legs with a little bigger range of motion out and in to feel all of that work. Now our head is resting. Whenever we're on our belly in Pilates, we're planting the pubic bone. That's really key. And then we're pulling the navel up and away from the spine. When we do that, it's hard for our legs to get too high in the air, right? So if our legs are really high in the air, that tells me you might not be super connected to that pubic bone planting and that core connecting. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Really rest there. Good. We're getting some really focused glute work this morning. Now we're going to let our legs take a break. We're going to reach our arms out long and strong. Looking down at the floor, reconnect to that pubic bone planting into the mat, and then levitate your upper body with lots of length and strength. Big breath and down. And let's do it again. Big stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Energy out through the crown of the head and down. So we're not overlifting our chin or our gaze. Good, I'll show you what not to do. So we would not want to do this right now, right? We want our head in alignment with our arms and back down. Now we're going to go up, stay lifted, swim your arms back by your sides, roll your shoulders back and down. 3, stay lifted as you roll them back and down. 2, stay lifted for the last 1. Now stay lifted there. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you, lengthen your neck. Draw the shoulder blades down and think about crisscrossing them down your back. Pull your belly up and then even more. And then lift a little higher and a little higher and a little higher. And then lower slowly. Good. Take a little break. We're coming back into that in just a moment. And set yourself up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Start to levitate, but with that levitation comes lengthening, lengthening and lifting. Equal. Both are just as important as the other. Reaching, stretching, crisscrossing those shoulder blades down your back and back down. Woo, that is intense. Let's do that one more time. Big breath. We're maintaining those feet on the floor for the most part. So if they float up accidentally a little bit, that's okay, but we're not going to intentionally lift them right now. And let's roll the shoulders back and down. Find the length out through the crown of the head. Go longer, stronger. Keep pulling the belly up and in and float up. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Draw the shoulders down and across your back. And down one more time. Good. We're going to take our hands out wide, bending our knees, and push yourself up. So this is like a kneeling plank with a wide stance. We're just going to go into a press, bend and press. If you do not love this, you can come to a plank, kneeling plank on your hands and hold. You could do a kneeling plank with your hands under your shoulders for that style of chaturanga push-up, or you could just hold a full plank. So you find the one you like the best and stick with it. I'll count you down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, nice work, 2, 1. We're all going to go to a plank on our toes, and then we're going to lift our hips up high. If that's not a great option for you this morning, a child's pose is another option. And that looks like this, in case that's not familiar to you. That looks like this. Whew, big breath. So wherever you are, you're breathing deeply. It's a nice stretch wherever you are. Your head is relaxed. Your neck is long. Your shoulders are soft. Very good. Okay, we're all going to come to all fours. So make your way to all fours again. We're going cat camel. But we're going to make our core the motor for this cat stretch. So I want you to soften your belly as you inhale. As you exhale, pull the navel to the spine so deeply that it pulls you up into your cat stretch. Make that the impetus for the movement. And then shine through the sternum. Open the chest. Draw your heart forward through your arms. And then connect to that belly so deeply that it's pulling you up, 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 up into this, almost like a hot air balloon trying to lift off of the ground. And one more big stretch through. And back to center. We're going to sit back to take the band off of our knees, if that's still there. And then we're going to go ahead and take our ball or a pillow between our knees. Sit nice and tall, stretch those arms out long and strong. So we want to sit up on our sits bones here. And we're going to start here, and then we're going to come back to this sensation of sitting as tall as we can. Now, sitting tall should send energy through your spine down and up, equal and opposite. And we're going to squeeze into that ball. We're going to start as though someone's pulling our ribs back. And then that pulls our pelvis back, especially the top of your pelvis goes back. And the arms are reaching forward. The head tips forward, and we're creating a C curve. So just feel that C curve there. Really round it, just like we were doing when we were on our knees and hands a moment ago. And then bring it back up to sit tall. So you might notice this really is very similar to camel in its own way. Scooping, rounding, find that sensation of rounding. And then lift to sit tall. One more time. Tucking, scooping, rounding, rounding. Draw that tailbone underneath you. Rock to the back of your pelvis. And round up. One more just like that. So we're really testing the waters here to see how far can we go back with control and in comfort. Always in comfort. Big breath. And up. And now we're going all the way down. So take your time. Big breath. Tucking, scooping, rounding yourself all the way down like a ball, rolling backwards. Big stretch. Big reach, arms overhead. Walk those feet in a little bit more. Find your neutral spine. Tighten up your core. And on your next exhale, curl up with your arms reaching to your sides. And curl back. Rest the head completely each time. Curl up. Reach those arms long and strong. Curl back. Now we're practicing our ribs reaching to our hip bones, our navel pulling in and up to our spine and up into our rib cage. That is the mechanism right there that lifts our head, as opposed to our neck lifting our head or our jaw lifting our head. Good. Some of you are like, why would you use your jaw? And then some of you are like, yeah, I'm using my jaw. I know, right? So I, we're all a little different in how we approach these things. But at the same time, a lot of this is universal in other ways. Let's stay curled up and hold the curl. Support your head. Now, float your knees to tabletop for a little more if you like. If you don't, you can keep the feet down. We're going to exhale with little curls up. Every curl up makes our head rest heavier into our hands. Navel to spine as we scoop and curl. 6 and 5 with an exhale each time. 4 and 3. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. Now stay here. If having both legs together moving works for you, we're going to extend and bend both legs. If that's a bit much, you can do one at a time like so. So you would remove the ball in that case. Good. But otherwise, we're going both. And we're curling deep. And we're resting our head into our hands. And we're stretching those legs long and strong and then pulling them back from our core. If you want a little more, you can dip them down a little lower and then pull them and curl deep. Good. Find that version that works for you best this morning. And I say this morning because every day is a little different. Some days we surprise ourselves by being able to do a little bit more than we did the last time. And sometimes we realize we need to go a little more gently on our body. Let's go 2 more. And last one. And rest your head. Pull the knees in, rock and roll side to side. Now, if you've got that ball, you're going to put it between the ankles and stretch the legs up. Once again, if you don't have a ball, you can certainly just imagine the ball there. Stretch those arms overhead, big stretch in the morning, and then curl up. Now, arms can stay here by your side. You could support your head, or you could always put your head down, your choice. Legs are going down and up, any amount. Now, listen to your body here. If as you lower, you feel your low back lifting off of the mat, and creating a big arch, then that's a little too low today. So maybe just keep it a smaller range of motion and know that you're still strengthening your body. You're just strengthening your body in a gentler fashion that's going to actually help you go further faster than if you overdo it. So that's so hard sometimes to convince ourselves that that's the case, but I promise you that's the case. Last two. The last one. Pull the knees in. Rest the head. Take that ball, if you in fact had one, away, and it's going to go under your head next. So put that under your head or a pillow, but essentially we want our head resting here. And then we're going to take our legs up to the sky, let them fall towards you for a moment. Get a little hamstring stretch, big breath. And then we're going to go scissor legs, stretch and reach, stretch and reach. If what your body needs right now is a stretch more than an extra bit of core strength, then just stay and hold that scissor stretch and breathe into it. If you want to lift the head now, you're welcome to, and you can reach those arms long. I'm going to keep advancing you if you're interested, which is to say that we can twist and reach, adding that to the scissors. Good. Again, listen to your body and take any modifications that help you feel this in a way that is safe, comfortable, but also feels like awesome work for you today. Let's go 6. Breathing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right. You can come up however you like. We're going to take our last few moments here doing a little cardio blast. If you need a sip of water, go ahead and grab that. So today, I woke up this morning and I was like, this is what I'm going to do today before I even got out of bed. So we're going to sink down and reach up. Sink down and reach up. So if that is where we stay, that's a great one. If you want to step wider, you're welcome to. So it's a squat and a reach, and a squat and a reach. When we squat, we stick our tail feathers out behind us, as opposed to, and I'll show what I don't want, as opposed to rounding our back like that, right? So we want to leave our chest up a little bit and stick our bum back. Now, if you want more, you're going to swing lift, and our arms are going to help us get up there. Good. So time those arms and your jump accordingly. Keep breathing for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take a big stretch, reach those arms back. Good. And then we're going to do a little earthquake shake. So you're going to stick your bum back and you're going to start shaking your legs. I don't know if you can even see me shaking my legs right now. Turn to the side. So we're shaking our legs. There we go. Like we're trying to shake our muscles off of our skeleton. Like the floor is trembling underneath you. And then you can start to move your feet. So this is similar to like a football warm up, right? You see this in football practices. Also similar to a movement that they do in carnival, and that looks like a big, beautiful dance move. So you can get those arms going for a little more carnival dance style, or you can keep the arms out to the side. You can swing the arms. I just want you to do whatever feels good for you, and you're here for the final 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take a big breath, step one foot back, big reach there, big stretch, circle the arms around, and then the other side. Stretch that leg back, big stretch, big breath, circle the arms around. Whew, well done. Oh my goodness, is it Friday already? This week went really quickly. And tomorrow's Saturday. So we'll have class tomorrow at 9. That's a 45-minute class. Join me if you like. It was so nice to see you all. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great Friday. Thank you. Yeah, good. I am so glad that worked out. It was, I'm so bad with computers, Diane, as you may have just noticed earlier. So it took us so long to figure that out. But when I got it figured out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is life changing. Yeah. Oh, thanks for that feedback. Yeah. Have a great day, Diane. Bye.